Hi, welcome back. Greg's Tuesday Tech Tips. And this week we have a very special guest. We have Sandy, the War Office.
Hi, everyone.
The reason we've got Sandy is because this week we're talking about what it cost us to live full-time on the road in New Zealand for 6 months. Yeah. If you've just joined us, Kiwi Wanderers is Holly the dog, Sandy, and myself, and we're relative newbies touring this fine country in our Jayco Silverline. If you would like to learn from our experiences and mistakes on the road, then please think about subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss a thing.
So a common question we get asked as we've been travelling around is, how much does it cost? What's our budget? Before we started off, we did a bit of research. Yep. We watched a few YouTube videos. Thanks Adventures with Rosie. Yep, got a lot out of yours. Thank you. And we basically came up with some guesstimates of what we thought things would cost. Yeah. So we did a budget on guesstimates, and we've been on the road now for 6 months, as we said. So we want to compare what we've actually spent to our guesstimates.
Okay, so we use a program called YNAB.
You need a budget. That's what it stands for.
Oh, right. Yes.
And we did need a budget.
Yes, we did. Yeah. It's a budgeting app. It's more than a budgeting app. Actually, it's got some good money management principles in there, and but one of the great things is that we can look back exactly as what we've spent over the last little while.
And it shows it to you in a lot of really helpful graphs, and Greg is a graphs person, so for us it's actually really quite good. Greg gets really excited about the graphs. So.
Yes, I do. I do, yeah, true. Okay, so like most budgets, we broke it down into categories, and our categories are daily expenses, the smile budget, caravan, car, and health. And those are the categories we're going to look at today. Right, daily expenses. So these expenses are probably very similar to what you're going to have at home. I mean, living in a caravan doesn't change the fact that you're going to eat.
Exactly, yeah.
As you can see, ours are pretty straightforward. We were over by food of $14 a week. Goodness me.
There must have been an extra bottle of wine.
That'll be it. Yeah, That'll be it. The subscriptions were over because of YouTube, actually. We're finding we've subscribed to a few things just to help us make these videos, so that's gone up. And Sandy's phone, his expenses are up because you broke it. Yeah. But all this stuff is going to happen whether you're in a caravan or not. So. Yeah, true. Our next category is smile. So these are things that make us smile.
And we pretty much had this category like this before we went travelling anyway, apart from the fun budget. That was probably a lot more when we were earning money. Yeah,
it was. So this is...
And the clothing, actually. Yeah. We would have spent a lot more on clothing.
Clothes and fun. Yeah. But the fun budget is way more than we thought, and that's a common thing you hear with people travelling around. You get there's a museum, there's a gondola, there's something that you end up doing.
And pretty much... we still sort of think we're on holiday sometimes. Like when you're on holiday, you go and deal with these fun adventures. Yeah. But we have to sort of try and nip it in the bud. And we have been struggling with that over the last sort of 6 months. Yep. Especially, going past a nice cafe. Oh, let's go in for lunch because you're hungry. Yeah. So we try and now that we've seen how much over we are, we're going to definitely try and pull that back a little bit. Yeah. So basically, we need to stop having so much fun.
Yeah, stop being so
being so funny.
Yeah, all right, I'll try that. Our next category is health.
Very important.
Very important, yes, very important, health.
And again, this was a category that we'd had before we were travelling anyway. So
that's right. Yep.
This hasn't really changed at all, the health one.
No, it hasn't. And I don't really think there's even anything to talk about. There's insurances, there's doctor's visits, there's
hair and makeup.
Hair and makeup.
Not really health, but it sort of is. It keeps me... feeling good, so that keeps me healthy. Yeah, it's important. It's important. Oh, and your hair as well, actually, not just mine.
No, that's true.
Your hair and your makeup too.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, which is a bit more important, is the vehicle, the car. So Our Ranger Ute has done quite a bit of work in the last little while.
Fuel price going up. So
that's right.
Yeah,
Fuel
our
price
budget was way below what we thought it was going to be.
That's right. And our maintenance is under a little bit at the moment. That's probably because we're due for a service coming up. The warrants and regos and RUCs is pretty right because it's probably we're about to buy we've just bought RUC, so it's under, and so the only thing that we didn't think about is the fuel price going up, and it has just as soon. They must have heard that Greg and Sandy wanted to go driving around the country, so they put the fuel price up.
And also how much more fuel the car uses towing Caravan.
That's right.
I mean, it's just about doubled, doesn't it?
Almost doubled. Almost doubled fuel consumption, but.
And I think also too, we thought we would be staying longer at each place, but as it turns out, we've been sort of hopping and popping here, there, and everywhere, and we sort of haven't stayed in one place, which we need to do. I mean, that was the goal. We were going to spend at least a week or 2 weeks at each place, but
that's true.
We haven't really done that.
No, that's true.
So that will change too.
Yeah. And the final one, which is what that's a nice picture of a caravan. The final one, which everybody wants to know about, is caravan
and obviously
expenses.
that's just a new expense for us.
It is a new expense for us. And maintenance, camp fees, so we'll talk about all of these. Caravan insurance, that's pretty standard. Got maintenance, camp fees, caravan insurance, contents insurance, laundry, and LPG.
The contents insurance actually covers the contents that we've got in a caravan, and we've also got a container full of some of the stuff from our house, and that covers those contents as well. Yeah,
it does. Laundry is one that took us by surprise a bit. Every time you do laundry, you've got to pay a laundromat, and there are lots of nationwide chains. I think we're a member of the liquid laundry.
Also, it depends whether when you're doing your sheets. So you can get away with sort of real just one wash and one dry, sort of like $8 or whatever. But if you're doing the sheets, and then if we do the liquid laundromat as well, they quite often you can do pet blankets and beds. So if we do the pet blankets and beds, that's obviously more as well. So probably once a month we'll do the pet blankets and stuff. And probably our sheets every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something.
That's
just
right.
whenever.
Maintenance, we haven't done a huge amount. There's a $400 service to keep the warranty right for Jayco. Most of the other maintenance, when we had a door fly off and we had one of the tyres had a leak in it, and just odds and ends. But it's a new caravan, so there's not a huge amount of maintenance.
But also the odd thing that we'll buy for the caravan, like we bought those buffer things, the slide out buffers.
Yeah, that's true.
They were $150, so that went towards the maintenance category as well. Right. So there's a few things like that in there as well.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Maintenance is one of the categories where I have to get approval from the War Office. So,
that's stuff like the toilet and things as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all the little things that you keep buying.
Ooh.
All your techie things.
Are you guys hearing tone? I'm hearing a bit of tone.
Well, I'm in the War Office, so I'm glad to have tone.
All right, okay. Camp fees is, we try really hard to not stay at campgrounds. We've probably stayed in Rotorua for a reason, and in Queenstown for a reason, to visit the kids. We stayed in campground in Queenstown, which was $50 a night or something, wasn't it? But 3 of our children were there, so it's no drink.
And that sort of crossed over between camp fees and fun, really, because it was sort of a holiday seeing the kids. That's a little bit different.
But most of the time so our strategy usually is that we'll look for the best freedom camping spot in an area, and then if we get there and it's not right, we'll have a backup, which would probably be the NZMCA camp close by, and then our final backup would be a campground. If the NZMCA camp was full, which at the moment that's very unlikely, but I can see in the future that'll be a drama. So that's our strategy, and it's worked pretty good, hasn't it? We've done a lot of free camping in some beautiful spots. We really have. Yeah.
Admittedly, we did a lot of freedom camping before Christmas. So obviously Auckland was still on lockdown, and not many people were travelling, and so all the freedom camps were free.
Yeah,
There was no one there.
Yeah,
So that was really good.
It was, yeah.
And also this part of the year we spent a little bit of time, got a bit of a family batch in the Marlborough Sound, so I spent a little bit of time over Christmas there, so of course no camp fees.
Yeah,
when
no,
we're
that's
there.
right.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my family doesn't charge us camp fees.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
They
yet.
probably will. Okay, so that is caravan expenses. So there you go. We estimated that we would be spending about $688, and our actual spend has been, as you can see, a little bit more than that. Mainly around having too much fun and burning too much fuel. The two F's.
Yeah.
The fuel and fun.
Yeah. And food. A little bit over food, yeah. No more wine for you, Greg.
Okay, 3 F's. Now so there's a couple of other expenses that we haven't included in here. A couple of other categories. That we have. We have a rental house in Palmerston that just about pays for itself, and that's an expense for us that we don't include in here. So it does actually cost us a little bit more than this, but okay. So
and also we have got the reason we haven't got Greg's phone on there.
Or, that's true. Or
any internet is
yeah.
Go, Greg.
Because I've got a little contracting business which does a bit of assessing, and so that business has internet and pays for the internet and pays for our phone. But if you want to see how we get internet, have a look at our video that we've done up here.
So how do we get our money, Greg?
How do we get our money? Oh, right, okay. So when we sold our house, we put money in investment, and that investment pays us weekly. Pays us weekly? Yeah, pays us weekly from the interest. And I do this little contracting job. It's all online.
It's all online.
Yeah, and that pays us a little bit of money too. Thankfully, more than $912.25.
Not much more, yeah.
No, that's right. No, but we do have a travel account and all sorts of other stuff going on. But I hope that's been helpful. If you enjoyed this, please have a look at our other videos.
See ya.
Bye.